Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey and happy Halloween. We are going to have moonbeams, I'm sure, in the shop more than once because she's really excited to be here. I want to thank everybody that's participating in the Halloween. Whoa, no, she's going to use the tripod. I'm going to put Edward up for her to bounce off because she is definitely having a petting session going on. So how I'm going to begin is I'm going to pull some cards and let you know of something that's going on. I only have a couple spaces available just due to the length of a lot of the reads, but I'm running a Halloween special, you guys, where I'm doing your readings this evening and they are half off. So if you go on my regular list price over on IG, you take half off that. So if it's 50, it's only 25. If it's 100, it's only 50. And I'm going to be doing them this evening and this afternoon. There's only a few places left, so come on over and book your reading. It's so fun. The energy, I feel so energized today. When I woke up, immediately is like, I want to go. I just want to go and start reads. I did the daily pop. I got all excited. Got out Edward, got out my selenite. Moonbeams was there greeting me at the door. So these are going to be your choices. I want you to pick the one that resonates most to you. Nature communication, flower energies, fairy energies, elemental messengers. This is huge for me because look who we got right here. We have a beautiful princess. This is huge for me because I operate much differently with fresh, vibrant intentions when I'm outside. I do feel the nature and the fairy energy and everything. It's very alive and popping and soothing. And number 2 is going to be such a curious dream, grounding, returning to reality and coming home. I love this because this talks to me about when we're grounded and centered, we make really good life affirming changes and choices that benefit us. And it's strange that I use Halloween, the 31st, as a real kind of like turning point, almost like a spring clean, mentally, physically, everything. I like to clean and renew and start new rituals. Like tonight, I'm going to be doing some candle rituals, all of this stuff, and get back into the magic and crystal aspect that I love so much about this, that sometimes, I have a hard time keeping up just because of clientele and work and making jewelry, but it's part of the aspect of my vocation that I love. So let's start with number 1, nature communication, and see what's going on with that. So we have wolf spirit and family. Oh, I love that. And I'm going to pull another one of these, and impossible things. Now I love this because this is saying working through disbelief, imaginative leaps, and fresh perspective. Oftentimes we think, with a limited mind scope, like I can only have so much. I used to have this financially, like thinking, well, as far as if I do this, I can only, make so much or spend so many hours doing it, so on and so forth. And it's years ago when you're programmed in school, this is whatever, a doctorly hourly rate. This is a whatever. And what people charge and what's the norm and all of that. And we kind of hem ourselves in to what we expect in terms of whatever, clientele, abundance. But this is breaking outside that and realizing there are limitless possibilities everywhere for you. And part of what we do for our family, right? That's why I love this wolf spirit. We really do. We want them to have the educations they might desire, to travel wherever they want, to have warm and comfortable clothes, to have good food, right? All the things that matter. Even if it's the bottom of Maslow's pyramid, which is, a roof and food and shelter, all of those things that are necessary, but we want to build up from there. We want to have an expansive mindset. I'll have all the abundance I need to travel, to educate myself and others, to be generous with others. And that really connects beautifully with the wolf spirit because we look after our pack, we look after our friends, we look after our kindreds, we look after everybody, right? That's why I love the whole premise of Alice in Wonderland, that she's like, I think 6 impossible thoughts before breakfast. When I wake up, I actually have to slow myself down because I have all these fantastical visions, like something I would love to do today, and I'll film it if I'm able, and because everybody in my family has a different agenda. Hagen just popped out the door. He's like, tennis. And Ian's like, walking. And I'm like, as much as I love, doing all these things, I know I have so much bandwidth, and I have a lot of like magical stuff I want to do today too. Like I want to go and get all my favorite neighbors a plant and put a big crystal in it for them, and drop it off on their doorstep or their end of their driveway. Just do fun things like that, because this is almost like a Christmas to me, because it's where we make offerings. We make offerings to our spirit guides and to those who have passed on, and show reverence and care in our actions, right? So I feel like it's a day that we should really display all the wonder and magic that's out there in any capacity. That's why I think it's so fantastical that everybody dresses up, because you can be things other than you are perceived to be, right? That's why I feel like everybody likes to dress up like superheroes and princesses and fun things like that. So your last message, you guys, too, and I love this, and I'm going to share this because this is spectacular. Yesterday, a bluebird came outside my window 3 times, and they have a very specific call, and it's loud and it's piercing and it's attention getting. So I kept looking out the window, and he legit just looked at me, did a little tweet, and then buzzed off. A couple minutes later, came back, and it's all the while I was making my coffee, and I thought, what a Snow White moment. I love it, and oftentimes, and I'm waiting for Merlin today. I haven't seen him in a couple of days because it's been raining. I love that connection in nature. That is the fairy magic. It brings me happiness. That's also asking, what brings you happiness? What brings you to that place where you feel contentment, where you feel serenity and you feel tranquility? And are you allowing a lot of that into your life? Because it is really important. I just love Edward's silverness in the sun. It's so pretty. So what brings you happiness, and have you been reaching for it? Like, have you been setting up an environment where it's conducive for you to have that? Not putting yourself in a pressure cooker with to-do lists, but simply existing in the beauty that's out there. Painting, sculpting, laughing, watching funny shows. I try to have a well-rounded day, which more often than not goes a little askew, but I try to get in a little bit of exercise, as well as, my reads and creatives and jewelry and research and, just doing things that I'm conditioning myself to reach for happiness when I do this. So that is definitely your message, and your guides and your ancestors want you to do that. You're not put here, let's think of nature's elements and how they heal us, right? The sun, it charges water in our chakras, it heals the body, it nourishes, it warms, it brings us vitamin D, right? It's one of the reasons I like to go outside and do these readings. The moon connects us to our inner self. It releases energy. It activates our third eye chakra. It helps to bring out our emotions, and it manifests thoughts, as well as unlocking intuition. Huge, right? Connect with all these elements. The forest does this as well as the ocean for me, because it grounds my mind and my body. It balances anxious energy wonderfully, stabilizes our root chakra, it eases our breathing, and it brings inner stillness. Like when I walk through the forest, I feel like high grade energy that I love. It's almost like I'm a Tesla and I'm plugging into that, recharge absolutely 100%. So look for what recharges you and establish that in your routine. It will be mega, mega helpful. So that's you, group 1. Beautiful energy. I love this. I feel like I could do reads all day long. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. And if you guys want to DM me and see if I have any spaces available for this Halloween special for the readings tonight at half off, just DM me. I love this for you guys. Seek it out. Seek out happiness. There's so much wonder and magic in the world. Just by going outside, I'm telling you, I feel like my all my chakras started to clear, my chi started to flow. I feel alive, happy, vibrant, just connecting. And the weather, honest to goodness, could not be more ideal than it is. It is breezy. It's like 65. It's sunny. It's just awesome. I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited for, what this day is going to bring, and I'm going to film certain things. I'm hoping to get dressed up and do a read for you online on purpose. On camera, on purpose too, hopefully. So loving that, love to you guys. So now we're going to go on to number 2, such a curious dream, grounding. Again, you guys, I was just talking about this in group 1. For grounding, I feel like there's nothing better than the forest and the ocean. It cleanses heavy energy in our aura. It refreshes and manifests. It helps us in manifesting. It heals negative ions and releases serotonin in our body as well. I love to just sit in front of the ocean, walk through a forest, ground that mind, stabilize that root chakra, bring that inner stillness. It's like a tranquilizer. It really is. It's like, I feel like I breathe better and I feel better. And I feel like there's accompanying magic all the time when I'm in the forest. So you guys, we have Grace, and look, a beautiful picture of the forest. Let's give Edward a little jiggle. It's so funny, you guys. I'm trying to manage so much. Like I'm trying to, even though I have a dead cat over my microphone, which is a cover, it's not an actual dead cat. When sometimes the wind, if it's really blustery, so I hold cards over that. And I was trying to block it before from Moonbeams, who wanted to use it as a headrest. Just so much going on. But let's look at this. A state of grace. Your ancestors want you to know that that's what you're moving towards. You know, you are going to let go of impatience and scarcity energy, because it takes time for our manifestations to materialize in this physical world, and we're not going to focus on the lack or absence of it anymore. We are going to have energy management, which is huge. Okay, this is where grace comes in. We focus more on our internal environment versus the external. That was like, I felt so wondrous and happy. So I didn't notice. I was like, okay, there might be dishes, there might be things to do, but none of that matters right now, because you're going to utilize this energy for its best capacity, which is readings, being outside, feeling in nature. Honestly, I feel like I'm gone supersonic or something. Like I feel like I see things on a different level. I'm almost seeing things like they're in Technicolor out in my yard. It's totally awesome, because I decided that's what I'm going to focus on today. Now, let's try to check our dominant states of being, our emotions, our language, our thoughts, our patterns, and our beliefs. And let's bring them and introduce them to a state of grace, which is calmness, slowing down, simplicity, one thing at a time, savoring it, having reverence and care for it, and then moving on, right? Now, we're also releasing lack of flexibility. We're keeping our receiving channels open right now, no longer being focused on just one way, the results or outcomes. There are multiple ways we receive manifestations. And we can say this or something better to attract the best for yourself. Higher intelligence is constantly working with you, not against you. Now, I love this. Changed in the night. You are changing quickly. You definitely are. You are evolving. A lot of you guys have been mentioning to me over on my DMs, I feel different. I feel like I've just eradicated that low vibe thinking and anticipating the worst. I feel really good about what's coming. I think that's my blue jay coming. Oh yeah, he's a loud squawker. Okay, so again, with this flexibility and lack, and no longer having impatience, and you're managing your energy brilliantly, you are now going to be in receiving mode. That's like the energy of neutrality. We are not forcing, nor are we having this hustle or burnout. We are balancing work with rest. We are open to receiving what we want. Something that is divinely guided and better than what we believe is even best for us is coming in. And that's going to be your common state. Here we go. Curiouser and curiouser. This is discovery, inquiry, weirdness, and curiousing. Good. I'm loving that. But seriously, be curious about life. Be curious about others. People really respond and admire people that are curious about life and them. It means they're not like myopic. They're not just self-centered. They really care about other people. Like when you ask questions about their children, their family, all of that, their hopes and dreams, very important. And you are going to be curious about the world around you, how it operates, what energy really is, and how you can focus on it to benefit you as well. And I feel like you're going to start to balance your crown chakra. This is huge. Becoming open-minded and able to discern information. You're going to be able to unite your physical and earthy reality with your spiritual one, right? You're recognizing, hey, I have to hydrate, I have to exercise, I have to think in terms of the positive. When you have the balance within that, you're feeling good, and it's a massive glow up when that takes place for you guys. Visualize like a beautiful purple light bathing and soaking in the top of your head. It acts as a shield. I had at the art gallery during Christmas when we had our show years ago, there was a Reiki healer there, and I just vibed with her right away. And she said, it's unusual, but I've never seen you without a hat. And she goes, can I do something? And I was like, yeah. And then she was like, you really, being an empath, you absorb so much through your crown chakra that you protect it through hats, because you can overload your system. And it's almost like, the tinfoil hat syndrome, like I'm going to deflect this. And I thought, that's probably true. But also I like a brim so I can put my head down and not have eye contact with people that, look like ferocious little grumpies. Like I'm not into that. I'm affected by that. And I thought that is really interesting. I didn't even notice or connect that, but I did know it was sort of like a shield, right? So also meditate with intention to cleanse and clear your crown and your higher self. Use the energy of words. I use them all the time. Affirm daily. I am divinely supported mentally, physically, and energetically in all I do. I can bring in whatever I want. I co-create my reality. I receive a physical body to learn and experience in this realm. We are more than just a physical body. For those of you that are having issues right now with weight gain, right? Just accept it. Hey, this tum is a little fluffier than norm, but I accept and I love it. Whatever it is, don't incapacitate yourself to have a good time because you think, again, it's that stage light interpretation that that spotlight is on you and any of your perceived flaws. It's simply not true. People are investing most of their energy in what they look and feel like. So let yourself be free and open. That's the energy you want to share, and that's the energy that's going to be conducive to wellness at this time for you guys. I love that. Okay, you guys, so I have to step into private reading mode because they are accumulating, and I'm excited to use this energy. So if you would also like to get on board with a Halloween special for readings today and tonight, come over to my IG. It's Sparkrist11 and DM me, and all the stuff is over there too, all the special rates and the half off. I'm really excited about this. Remember, you guys, Earth is a school for us, and we can reawaken back into the truth that we are one with everything. There isn't separation. It's going to bring you expansiveness and limitlessness, and you will feel the truth of these. So buy yourself a beautiful bouquet of flowers and just stare at it for a moment. Feel connected to it. Like, I have so many butterflies in my yard right now. I'm totally jazzed. So what I think I'll do is I'll play a little dress up, do something on camera for y'all, and you can see everything that's taking place. My beautiful black cat, my black crow, all the butterflies, monarchs showing up, white butterflies, we got it all going on. It's really nice, you know. Again, it's a state of communion with all these beautiful gifts that are brought to us. So you guys, I am going to go upload for you. Happy Halloween.